Hello friends, my name's Emile and welcome back to some more Gran Turismo 2. Today we are continuing on with our Let's Play. This is episode 5. Now, we are doing the midship challenge today, which means we need a mid-engined rear-drive car. The issue is that horsepower limit is ridiculously high, so there's been a lot of umming and ahhing as to what car I'm going to use in this episode, and I think I have made, sort of come up with an idea. I'm going to put my eggs all into one basket because I'm going to buy a Honda NSX. This is like one of the only mid-engine rear-drive cars I can actually afford at the moment, which actually stands a chance. As you can see, for an NSX, it's actually a pretty bargain price, 41,000 credits. A car exactly the same, just in a different colour, costs a lot more. So we are going to buy this and hope to God that it can actually do us some justice. Now, as you can see, we have no money whatsoever, so I think I'm going to go into my garage. I'm going to sell the Mugen Prelude because it's just sort of sitting in our garage. It's not really doing anything. I will sort of win it again if I need to. But yeah, this is the car I'm going to use for the midship challenge. Anyway, if you'd like to read the description, here you go. Pause it now. Pause it now. And there you go. Right, let's get into this. This is a completely stock Honda NSX. So I'm kind of hoping in the first race we win like a pretty damn decent prize car that will be worth a lot of money, so I can put a lot of upgrades into this. Anyways, as you can see, 345 horsepower, 493 horsepower, 591. That last race is isn't fun. Especially if a certain shows up to it. But we do win a certain car for that event, and that certain car is very, very good. So, yeah, hopefully we don't run into too many issues in this episode, but I can really see us running into a lot of issues. Okay, here we are anyway at the first race, which is at the Grand Valley Speedway. And, well, the field for this race at least doesn't look too bad, thankfully. There is a Toyota, a MGF, a Lotus Elise, a Lancia Stratos, and a 86 MR2. Now, the actual consideration for this episode was between the MR2 and the NSX. I ended up going with the NSX because, while the MR2 was slightly cheaper, the MR2 I was looking at was 15,000. So I'd have to put 25,000 credits worth of upgrades into it, and I just didn't know if I could like upgrade it enough to make it quicker than this NSX will be. So yeah, in the end I decided to just go with the NSX because I know, I completed the International A license just off camera, just between episodes, and I used an NSX and it was a really, really, really nice handling car. So I thought, you know, maybe the NSX will be a really, really nice handling car. So essentially all this thing will need is just power upgrades. So that's kind of why I want a decent prize car and a decent payout from this race. So I can go ahead and put loads of upgrades into this car. Yeah, I don't know why the mid-engine challenge on this game is like so ridiculously difficult, especially like the last race. You know, like this first race you'd expect cars like the Suzuki... Wait, no. Is the Cappuccino mid-engined? I don't even know. But you'd expect basically like just a bunch of random K-car mid-engined roadsters to show up. Like Mazda AZ1s. Maybe some MR2s. But no, you get like some pretty decent vehicles in this race, granted. The Lotus Elise is the quickest of all of them. Lotus Elise... now that I think about it in hindsight, should have been up for consideration, but then again, the Elise, from what I remember anyway, is pretty expensive. It's about 40,000, I think. The scary thing is that Elise actually has about the same amount of straight line speed as I have. The NSX isn't particularly quick, which is a bit of an issue, considering the next few tracks are a bit more sort of straight line speedy tracks. We can bully our way past the Lotus Elise though. Bit cheaty, but do I really have a choice? Like, yeah, cut me some slack. I'm allowed to do that. Yeah, to be honest with you, this first race has not filled me with confidence. Yeah, that didn't go quite as well as I was kind of hoping or expecting it to, which is not good. Right, let's see how much money we get. We're definitely going to have to put turbo into this thing, I know that much. We get 5 grand, I'm not sure what the prize car is. I know there's a modified MR2, it's a TRD 3000 GT, which actually has about the same amount of power as our NSX does, so we might swap over to that, if need be. Yeah, that race didn't go quite as well as I was really expecting it to, which was a bit of a shame. Anyways, we win. Hey, look, it's TRD 2000 GT. Okay, so it's worth 7.5 grand. It's getting sold. Yeah, maybe I should use that, but I did just spend 4 grand on the NSX. So yeah, I need to make myself feel good about spending that much money on a car. That's why I said I was sort of putting all my eggs into sort of one basket with this car. Now, one thing I'm kind of hoping is because the handling is pretty decent, I won't actually need to upgrade the handling at all on this vehicle. I'm hoping I don't have to put super softs on it or anything, but I may have to. We'll have to see. Anyway, it does have racing modification. It's a pretty awful racing modification, to be perfectly honest with you. If you want to racing modify anything, go for the newer NSXs. Anyway, can we put turbo on this car? No, we can't. I'm assuming it's NA tune-up only. Some of the naturally aspirated cars you can stick turbo kits on. Some of them you can't, like the NSX apparently. That isn't as much power as I was kind of hoping or wanting to see. 315 is not a lot. Let's stick the computer in there. Okay, so that adds a decent amount of power. Can we increase the displacement? No, we cannot. Port grinding, how much does that give? That gives us quite a bit more power, but it is 6 grand. I'm going to throw the muffler on, I think, and I might come back to those other two later on if need be. Why am I going there? I know what the horsepower limit is. Sorry, I'm forgetting stuff. I'm super nervous about this NSX. I don't know if this is gonna have what it takes to compete with the other cars, but we will have to see. Yeah, for some reason I thought the horsepower limit might have been 345, but the last race was 345, so dirt. Anyways, 355 horsepower in the Honda NSX. Hopefully that is enough to warrant it to win the next 2 races. Hopefully, I'm not sure about the race, Red Rock Valley race. There we go. Although the Red Rock race does, like, well, it gives us a lot of money. 15,000 credits is an awful lot for a race, so that's good, at least. Okay, take 2 of this race. Hopefully this goes a bit better than the last one, where I got beaten by some random red thing. Anyways, there are 2 Renault Clio V6s in this race. There is a purple thing, which I'm assuming is a Lotus Elise. I'm assuming there's an NSX in front, and there will be an MR2 of some description. Anyways, for those of you who are wondering, I've kind of ruined the NSX a little bit. It is a bit quicker in a straight line, but then again, everything in this race is much quicker than I am. And now there is the added issue of the fact that this car no longer handles as well as it used to. It's a bit worse when it comes to its handling now. That being said, I'm apparently pushing a Clio along, and hey look, it's the same NSX as me. I'm assuming that might be a slightly nicer model than mine though. This is just a base NSX, 1990 base NSX at that, so yeah, not particularly the greatest car. I think that's definitely a more upmarket one, and I assume all these cars have upgrades in them anyways. I wish you could actually find out if like the AI cars were like genuinely upgraded or not. You used to be able to in Gran Turismo 1. I'm fairly certain you can't do on this game. If you can, then someone tell me down below in the comment section. Anyways, am I gaining on this NSX? The answer is yes. Okay, that's good. In the last race, for whatever reason, there was some red car. I swear it was an AZ1, but don't quote me on that. Which was just ring away at the first place. For whatever reason, that car had stupid straight line speed. as did a Lotus Elise for whatever reason, so yeah, that wasn't particularly great. Right, I've just got to be smooth. I've essentially just got to get these 2 corners right, and provided I get a decent run onto a straight at the end, I should be okay. You'd want to pile on the power, but the NSX just wants to understeer like an absolute bitch. Right. Come on, NSX. They do have a bit more acceleration out of the corners, but I have willpower or something. Anyways, come on, stretch it. There we go. The Elise is a little quicker than I am, but I don't think he's close enough to do the overtake. And there we go, across the line. Excellent. So the Elise came second, the 2 Renaults were in 3rd and 4th, the MR2 came in 5th, and the NSX, which is a better version than mine, came in 6th, which is not good news. Speaking of not good news, the next race, it is the Red Rock Valley race, and I don't know if it's gonna go very well. I'm hoping I have enough money for Super Softs. This might be the first instance in this Let's Play where I sort of go for the Super Softs, because yeah, they may be very useful. If I don't have enough money for Super Softs, I may have to sell some cars, but we'll have to see. Anyways, what did we win from that last race? We won a Tom's TO20, which looks exactly the same as the other car, except it's slower. Great. Okay, we don't have enough money for Super Softs, so bye-bye RX-7. Again, we didn't actually upgrade that car. So we've lost no money on it, and it was a prize car to begin with, so yeah, if we want it, then we can go get it back, but to be fair, I've already used it in an episode of Let's Play, so I don't really need it anymore. Anyway, let's go over to Honda, and let's stick on some super soft racing slick tyres, because of course this is how you win at Gran Turismo. You put the super softs on, and I've got 9 grand left to spend on things, and I don't want to use the circle button. I'm constantly using the circle button. I don't want to be doing that. Right, I think I am just gonna go and get weight reduction and hope that this helps. There's not really much more I can do to the car, like performance wise. There really isn't. I mean, the only things I could really do is do the port polish, which costs 6 grand, and the engine rebalance, which costs a bit more than that and gives you a bit less power. So, onto our race at Red Rock. Oh god, help me. Right, if the car shows up, I am in deep trouble. To be fair, I don't think it has, so that gives me in for a little bit of a shot. We have a Vector M12, which is nowhere near as scary as it may look, a Lotus Motorsport Elise, a Esprit. There's some green things up there. I have no straight line speed, but hopefully I will have cornering grip. Come on, NSX, grip. Oh, it grips. Oh, it grips so nicely. It's wonderful. Oh, there's a Atlantique. Yeah, I forgot that car existed. And there is also a black thing in front of me. It's a Vector. It's a Vector W8 Twin Turbo, which is interesting. Anyways, yeah, I am in the lead. This is good. This might actually go better than expected. I should have just put Super Softs on this thing from the start. Why did I not put Super Softs on? Yeah, if you want to win at Gran Turismo 2, because the late Gran Turismo's kind of started to try and clock down on it, literally just stick super soft tyres on, and you'll kind of win, provided you're not like taking Daihatsu Koore to a Red Rock Valley to do the midship challenge. You know, super softs on relatively decent-ish cars, you will most likely win the events. And if you want to double your fun, put racing super softs on your Escudo for extra Escudo-ness, because why not? Anyways, I'm not even being challenged on the straights, because as much as they've got the straight line speed on me, I just have like so much like speed throughout the rest of the lap. Like, look at the way I can take this corner. Like, this is fantastic. This might be one of the better handling cars I've driven in GT2. Granted, it is still kind of understeery, to be honest, but I mean, it isn't bad. For what it is not bad at all. So yeah, anyways, there we go, bit of a slide, through there, but it's nothing to worry about because they are too far behind to really even challenge me, to be perfectly honest with you, which is good. It's what I like to see. I don't like to be challenged. I don't like challenging my racing games. I've spoken about this several times. The light reflects weird on this car. I have noticed that much. It's like purple for some strange reason. Anyways, a bit of sliding through the corners and a bit of braking through there. There we go. We're round. And that purple thing is coming close, but I think I am going to win this event first time out, which is quite good. I was not expecting to even remotely come close to winning this because the NSX did have me worried. But luckily I have won, which is good. That's great, actually. So there we go. Anyway, we get 15 grand, which is pretty good. That means the Super Softs have almost paid for themselves. And the prize car from this race definitely will pay for itself because it is a fantastic vehicle. You'll love it. You'll all love it. And then I will probably end this recording session for the night. I will probably, in all likelihood, go on a little bit of a grinding spree. And, yeah, win some things. Anyway, we have won the GT40 race car, which is worth 250,000 credits. And anyone who has played Gran Turismo 2 knows that this is the single most OP car in the game. Anyways, I'm going to switch to it, and I'm going to go and do some off-screen grinding, so I will join you on my next recording session for some more GT2. Anyways, I want to thank you all very much for watching. My name's been The Real Emile, and until next time, a farewell.